Hello, we are back. Yet more Battletech. Let me make sure my mic is unmuted this time, because I mucked that up last time. I am a smart person. Alright, let's go, punch some stuff with a giant crab, because that's a thing we can do. It's good times. Okay, insurance policy. I do think that there is something very fun about these missions. This one in particular, the way that it's described is a very extortion-y kind of, mafia scheme. And Darius is talking about pirates, but it's being offered by the local government. And I think this is a really nice way to demonstrate that out in the periphery, the difference between the local government and the pirates is minimal at most. So, if you were curious as to whether or not the local government is just jumped up pirates, yes it is. That is exactly what they are. But, excuse me, they definitely want us to beat up on the sanctuary, and I'm all about that. So, we got Santa's sled. Oh, yeah, the driver for our border carrier died in a random event. He slipped into a coma and then didn't make it, and I'm a little grumpy about that. So we're down to a single heavy mortar carrier for this mission, but what can you do? So here we go. Let's go beat some stuff up. Hopefully everyone has been having an excellent week so far. It is quite warm where I live now, and I don't fully love that. And I am discovering just how much waste heat my computer produces while I do this. It's kind of surprising. Alright, here we go.
Command interface initiated.
Okay. We're gonna go beat up on the Sanctuary Alliance because, well, screw those guys. That's why. 85 tons. I don't know enough about Sanctuary tech.
Sensor trace. Looks like enemy reinforcements.
Okay, cool. 2 assault lances? 2 assault lances. I don't know enough about Sanctuary tech to know what an 85-ton machine for them will be. There's a bunch of them. Hello. I guess a longbow is an 85-ton machine. There we go. There could be
there goes the paint job.
Several longbows. And we are now looking at 3 lances. Sholomancer, hello, welcome. Okay, so we've got 3 assault lances to deal with. At least one of which is uphill from us. That's not great. Let's...
How can I help?
Get the mortar carrier out of the way. Because the last thing we need is that thing getting destroyed. Oh, but now I can't see anyone. What do we do about that? I believe the answer to that question is fast cam the ground in front of them.
Roger that.
Oh. Yeah, infernos are going to be a problem. I didn't even think about infernos in the midst of the woods. Hopefully the rain interacts with that in a way that I expect is way too complicated for any climate modeling that this game does. But I can hope.
Ready for orders.
Let's go find someone to shoot. Okay, this gives us
On my way. Double time.
line of sight on a Roshnu. Whatever the heck our Roshnu is. It appears to be 90 tons, mostly fire support. It looks like a very large archer, maybe. Not 100% sure that's what the intent is, but that's kind of how it looks.
Yeah?
Okay, let's see if we can't find a way to focus fire. Like good mech warriors. Those numbers are not fantastic. Those are slightly better. So even though I just said let's focus fire, I'm going to not.
Ready to rock.
It is at moments like this when I sort of regret having taken the jump jets off of the gunslinger. Because maybe right now the gunslinger would do well being able to hop up on here.
Quick stepping it.
Let's hope that maybe if we miss, we snag one of these 100-tonners on the Roshnu. If we miss on the longbow, we get nothing.
Fun time.
Alright, well, we got nothing on that one too, so...
You've got to be shitting me. That should have hit.
Yeah, Commander.
Okay, Emperor, we're good. Oh! Okay, I don't know how it is that the Emperor can see those things when previously we could not. Better sensors, I guess. Yeah, it looks like the Emperor has much better sensors. That's peculiar. Really? Oh, is it this? I guess that's possible, yeah. Okay, for real? Triple longbow? Oh, there's 4, so we've got 4 longbows. That's great. Loving that. Yeah, I mean, I guess the alternative is retreat this way and have them follow me and just shoot whoever is closest. Alright, let's shoot this thing.
Affirmative.
Yeah, usually when I get this map, I start up here, and it's much nicer.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, what do we do with the crab, though? I mean, crab wants melee. Comedy option, what is a Tyrannus? NPC... Large laser. Why is this so heavy for 3 weapons? That's a peculiar machine right there. Alright, I kind of want to put the king crab around this way, and we'll just run it into people.
On it.
Hello, Girasol. Welcome. We're trying not to get dead to 3 assault lances. To be fair, we're currently running
Waiting for orders.
2 assault lances, so as long as we're not totally stupid about the way we handle this, we should be okay. Those numbers aren't very good. There are those. I think I saw someone in here with There it is. A 50, the pile driver. Thunderbolts are always so goofy. Yeah, don't be stupid.
Receiving you.
We're gonna try. Night Star retreats. Oh, that's the edge of the map. We are not pulling them very far. Okay. Maybe we're going this way. And we're gonna count on the Night Star to do some
On
work
the
here.
move. Full speed.
All right, there we go. Night
That's a
Star doing
kill.
work. That thing had a Sirocco on it? Oh, well, I'm very glad to see that thing fall
Duncan
over.
Fisher here.
The Crusher. What do we have? Not great numbers, but maybe we'll miss into something. Into the buildings, it would
It's go
seem.
time.
Well, that's not ideal. Okay.
Talk to me.
Okay, yeah, it does look like we can get up that way. Slowly. $63. I'm actually going to aim for the Mackie. Acid. And guided. Okay. Let's see if we can't put acid on a few people and make their lives miserable.
Standing by.
Okay, and it is this moment when we appreciate the indirect fire nature of the Orion.
No shooting, just running.
We can continue to aim for the pile driver. Oh, that's a lot of gamma cannons. Hello.
Affirmative.
Okay, someday we're gonna hit with that stupid thunderbolt.
What do you need?
Guillotine. I think up is the way to go with the guillotine. Okay, so the Tyrannus, the 2 longbows, and an unknown still.
Copy that.
We still have a 165 tonner that we've not seen. Okay, it's a Victor. That's the 80 tonner up here. That's not the worst. Do either of these have Siroccos? Oh, this is some bizarro laser-based version of the longbow. Great.
Standing by.
That is definitely not one that we want to close to, like, gun fighting range with. Knife fighting range? Okay, how are we going to manage this? I think we just need to accept that we're not going to get to shoot every turn, and we need better positioning. I need to make changes to the sled so that we have better options with it. Okay. Gunslinger is gonna have to... Those numbers are terrible. Alright. Wow, the gunslinger is so slow. Oh my god, look at those. Everyone is just a teeny tiny bit outside sensor lock range. Good grief. Spiros, welcome. Alright, well thankfully the pilot in that longbow appears to be terrible.
Receiving you.
How are we gonna do this with the Emperor? 3 evasion. Spiros, thank you. I appreciate that immensely. Alright, let's continue shooting the pile driver. Next round, we're probably going to drop this, or jump this up here, and then we're going to have to deal with these guys. But I don't want to be down here much longer. Alright, well, that's not a huge problem. Oh, by the way, it is not a problem. If you're consistent or not, either way, I am super grateful. So please don't feel like there's any issue there. Okay, an embouchure and a thunderbolt. This is a largely broken embouchure, it seems. Crab. See, the problem with crab is that crab just needs to be up in everyone's face in order to be effective. We might have to just accept that crab is going to have to survive on 7 evasion, which actually isn't so bad. Okay. What do we shoot? Our numbers on everything are really bad. Except possibly this guy. Alright, let's shoot the pile driver, heck. There we go. That's what we're really after, is the cryo walk impairment. Because we don't want them running away from us. The Krabby Patty will make
Commander.
short work of anything that we can get into, like, the rear arc of. Okay, with the Night Star, I'm kind of just content to hang out back here. Oh, hello, friend. There's an 80-tonner back there, too. Look at that. Okay, we can... Is the Rashnu still covered in acid? It sure is.
Aye, aye.
Alright, let's keep putting pain into this thing, because ultimately we've put a bunch of damage into it, and I'd really like to see it go away.
Locking in all weapons. Let's get this done, folks.
That's a good start.
Target's taking a critical hit.
Duncan Fisher here.
On the crusher. Yeah, let's pivot up here. We'll use the crusher to start dealing with these guys. Who fell back? Oh, that's the longbow. Is it the longbow? Yeah, it's the longbow. Probably the indirect fire capable longbow. Alright, let's just shoot this guy.
Lighting them up.
Okay, for like 65%, I was hoping for more than 1 out of 4. It's just 7 evasion king crabs are really silly. Also, that's a very interesting effect there where the lasers are red and their reflection in the ground is blue. And I'm going to guess that that is caused by what they are coded as within the game. And that the reflection is hard-coded. But it's interesting. And I hadn't noticed it until just now. Oh, well, that's not great.
Let's get this done.
You've got my attention. I am moving in.
What do we aim for? Probably rude to aim for our own teammates. The pile driver's still covered. You have acid. Whoop. This guy does not have any acid on him. The Ember, yeah, the Ember sure doesn't have any, but I don't think it's necessary. Okay, let's apply acid to
Giving him everything I've
these
got.
guys. Hey.
Commander,
Okay, I'm gonna hope that this goes up.
on the move. Full speed.
Okay, numbers. Who's got good numbers? Oh, there's a second Victor back there. Oh, we've got nice numbers on this guy. Lava launcher to overheat mechs with. There are like flamers somewhere. And I suppose we could like switch to plasma cannons on something. It's just a question of what. Hold on. So that's 63, 74, and 69 versus 2 69s and a 63. I think we're better off shooting the Rashnu. Also, it would be nice if it would just go away.
Target confirmed. Ah, damn. Let's do this.
For real?
I think I hit something good.
How is that thing not? Okay, I'm gonna guess that this thing has no weapon. Oh, it has weapons still. What? Does it have a standard engine? Standard engine.
Yep.
That's why it's so hard to kill, among other things.
Confirmed.
Okay, there's the longbow. The 9Q is the one with missiles. The 9E is the one that's got energy weapons.
Roger.
They've got a sensor lock on me.
That's not great. That is extremely not great. The mortar carrier
Made a terrible mistake.
is not supposed to be taking direct
Ready for
fire.
orders.
Okay, who do we punch to death? This Mackie has a bunch of stuff on it. Let's try to punch the Mackie to death.
Position confirmed.
Go, crab, go. I was hoping
Damn,
for
let's do this.
more than that.
Critical hit, Commander.
I mean, to be fair, an arm is gone, and that's good. This is not good. This is, in fact, bad. Yeah, that's really bad. Don't love that. What's up with the Mackie? Okay, legs almost gone. Torso armor nearly gone. Center torso is pretty
Waiting for
well
orders.
beat. We are down a mortar carrier. Not loving that. That's not my favorite thing to have come out of that round. Alright, let's try to kill this Rashnu.
Going full throttle.
That was an unfortunate loss of the mortar carrier, but thankfully it has the company commander in it,
Confirmed.
which means he can't actually die. He is immune to death.
Critical hit, Commander.
He can be injured for like 1,000 years, but can't actually die. He has plot armor.
Minimal damage on that hit.
Yup.
The gunslinger... Man. Gunslinger is not Okay. Trying to get uphill with this lance is just not going to work. We are too slow. This guy has no evasion, and I only have these numbers. What if instead we had these numbers?
Accuracy.
That would be much better.
Inflicted.
Okay, there we go. Gotta remember to use resolve abilities.
Good to go.
Okay. Oh, the Emperor does not have very many jets. Why did I think that the Emperor could jump further than this? And I just... Oh, I can't sprint there. I have to jump in order to get here.
Affirmative.
Wow. Oh, we have semi-reasonable numbers on the pile driver. We have great numbers on the pile driver. Look at that.
Target acquired.
God, that thing is a brick. We are going to have to deal with that. Yeah, I don't understand the
Yes,
Tyrannus.
Commander.
Oh, it says he's dead. Well, interesting. We'll see if they can kill the company commander. I don't actually think that that's possible. If we just stand still, we could start shooting at them. We can also begin shooting at some of these guys in like a way that makes a difference. Like, what if we just... You have an XL engine. We could just try to core this thing down the center torso, and that might be the best option.
Firing all weapons.
Duncan Fisher here.
Okay, the Crusher. What do we have for... Oh, we can shoot the longbow reasonably well.
Time for a leap of faith. Lighting them up.
I really appreciate them missing with the AC-20 right there. That was quite nice. Doing us a solid. Oh, maybe that's part of why it's so hard to move the Emperor around, is because it keeps taking gamma cannon shots. Haha.
What's up, boss?
I have figured out something. Does this actually go up? I'm not sure that this does. That could be a problem.
Understood. Moving fast.
I think we may have a problem.
I copy.
Okay, that thing's done, finally.
Enemy down.
Oh, that's another one of the weird energy longbows. I didn't
Losing
realize
lots
that.
of armor.
You're fine.
What do you need?
Yeah, let's
Got it.
jump up here. really good numbers on the Tyrannus. Let's wait until we can get into its rear arc here in a moment, and we'll just continue to shoot the longbow that we started on.
Targeting on Alpha.
I should maybe have switched the modal lasers to something other than accuracy.
There goes the paint job.
Receiving you.
Okay, let's kill this stupid longbow here.
On it.
I imagine that it will largely... Oh, it has an X... Oh, it's a Sanctuary XL engine. That's why I didn't aim for the side torso.
On it.
Alright, one
Target
engine
taking a
crit.
critical hit.
We just need 2 more. Okay, yeah, that thing's gotta go.
Heavy damage.
That's
What are your
nasty.
orders, Skipper?
Okay. Oh, we can't actually see the longbow from there. Numbers are fair to middling. What happens if we come here? Here we can still see the longbow. Nice. Oh, we have pretty solid numbers on the Mackie. Let's do that.
10-4.
Let's try to kill... Can we kill the Mackie? We might be able to kill the Mackie. On the other hand, we might also be able to kill the longbow. Let's try to kill the Mackie. I think double large lance looks highly unfortunate. Oh, well, there we go. That'll do it. Our first rage quit of the evening.
There goes the paint job.
Receiving you.
It makes more sense now that this thing has been getting hit with stuff that reduces its movement speed. That's why it's so slow compared to what I expect it to be. Let's not get shot in the back. But let's be able to shoot this thing.
Let's get this done, folks.
There we go.
Enemy down.
Alright, so worst case scenario, we're getting a longbow out of this. I don't know if that's the best scenario here. We might want, like, pile driver parts.
Commander.
Speaking of pile drivers... Okay, we can't melee him in the back. We're not going to be able to melee this guy in the back either, just given how he's standing. It's not going to let me... There we go. Now we can do it. We can get this guy in the back. Goodbye, Thunderbolt.
Roger that.
It is highly unlikely that the Thunderbolt survives this. Oh my god. That's what I get for talking. For saying anything at all. Can't believe that. That was incredibly awful.
I'm under heavy fire.
I don't think most of that even hit you.
Good to go.
The Night Star... Yeah, let's try to... Oh, hold on. No, let's aim for the pile driver still. Okay, through to structure.
I'm showing minor damage.
Huh?
Why won't it let me? Okay, if I push execute, is it actually gonna do a DFA? Let's try. No, no, it is not. We are gonna have to. Is this one of those situations where, like, I can sort of maybe do a DFA if I'm careful? This doesn't appear to be working. Oh, and now all my weapons are broken.
Huh?
Love when that happens. What if we jumped over here? Numbers don't actually get any better. If we jump here, our numbers are basically the same on everyone.
Up and away!
Okay, that's fine, I suppose. Let's shoot this stupid longbow.
Lighting them up!
That thing has been causing some serious problems for us. Camped up on a hill here. Surprised it's not aiming at the crab, which is like right behind it.
It's go time.
You'd think
Good to go.
they'd aim for the crab. Sure, let's try to hit this dude.
Reporting critical hit.
Okay, we're getting somewhere.
Yep.
Okay, rear arc shots. Yes, please.
Up high.
Shoot the victor, switch these to base mode.
Let her rip.
That's not ideal.
My mech's coming apart around me.
You
Commander.
are probably fine. Although that's not great. How can I get 3 evasion and not have that side facing the enemy? I guess I could give them rear arc shots, which is probably even worse. Ah, jeez. Or I go this way. There we go. We do this.
Double time, let's go.
That'll at least not put it directly in the line of fire.
Knowledge.
Okay, that's fine. I don't mind that.
There goes the paint job.
I mean, that wasn't great.
I'm not liking this.
Orders.
Oh, he's in initiative 1. Jeez. Okay. Night Star. Let's shoot the Embusher. Do we want to shoot the Embusher? No. let's shoot the Thunderbolt. Let's check your engine status. Standard, just straight down the middle. The Thunderbolt should be dead already. I'm a little grumpy about that. Can't believe it's still alive. This Tyrannus does not make any sense to me, like as a machine. I'm struggling to figure out what it's supposed to be. Like, what do you do with a Tyrannus? Those weapons don't make a whole lot of sense.
Confirmed.
Anyway. Somewhere in here, there should be a space where we can shoot this other guy in the back without an occluded line of sight. However, having said that, I am not finding it. So I think it's going to have to be a... Oof, those numbers are not good. Alright, I think we're shooting
Copy that, Commander.
the pile driver again.
It's go time.
Okay, sweet.
Bye-bye.
Alright, we need to turn this around.
Commander?
Let's put you back here.
Confirmed.
Still have walk impairments. Yes. Jeez. Hopefully that'll wear off soon. That's not phenomenal numbers.
Iron on target.
But I don't need phenomenal. I just need good enough.
What's up, boss?
Okay, please melee the embrisher in the back and don't miss this time.
Got it.
Go, crab, go.
Let's go.
Okay, there we go. Go, crab, go.
One less target.
Alright, sweet. Embrisher's done.
Huh?
Oh, it's probably a terrible idea, especially considering that we are already unstable. This would be a really bad idea. I really want to DFA him, though. Or maybe we shoot the longbow in the back? Who was it that we shot in the back before? Oh, it was the Victor. We shot the Victor in the back. Maybe we just do that again.
Time for the aerial cam.
Just shoot him in the back many times. Yeah, it's probably not worth overheating on it, though.
Lighting them all up. Ha! Revenge is done.
Oh, it's on now.
A thunderbolt. Oof.
Ready for orders.
Okay, where's the... Yeah, so we have rear arc shots on the Victor from here.
On my way.
They're not great, but they'll get better.
Got the angle. Taking the shot. Critical hit.
Okay, fall over and incapacitate? No, injury resistant. Darn. Alright, well, one can hope.
Yeah?
Let's jump back here.
Acknowledged.
Shoot you in the back. Start making life miserable. That is a creepy, creepy laugh, though. Must have failed to lock electro laser. Looks like it.
Commander.
Alright, let's get the crab working again. Oh my god, this is just physical weapon. This isn't even a charge. That's kind of astonishing.
Heading out.
As far as crit-seeking weapons, we're looking at like the VRMs on the Night Star. The Emperor has a couple of scatterguns, but no, not really. It's probably something. Oh, you know what? Usually I did use for crit seeking is airburst munitions on the heavy mortar carrier, which was destroyed. Which I'm a little grumpy about. But, you know, such is life. It's the way things go.
Roger. Full speed.
So, alright, let's continue shooting this thing.
Full salvo. Target's taken a critical hit.
So the Orion also has some LRMs. I don't know if LRMs count as crit seeking or not. Like, I don't actually know if they are defined as such. Those are not great numbers. All right, then yes, I have some. What do we have if we just stand still? Not phenomenal numbers. Okay, these are not so bad.
Here we go.
Waiting for orders.
Is there any way to use one of these things to screen me from that stupid longbow up there? I don't think so. I'm just gonna have to hope that
Roger.
the Thunderbolt and the Victor are more concerned with the crab than they are with the sled.
Roger. Yes, Commander.
Do we attempt to destroy the Thunderbolt? Probably not a bad idea.
Giving him everything I've got. Give him everything you've got. Scored a critical hit.
Alright, yeah, he's gonna try to shoot the crab.
What's that?
He's gonna fail to shoot the crab. Man, DFA does so much stability damage to us. It's so hard to justify doing that. Like, I really wanted to DFA somebody super badly. But it seems like a great way to end up on my back and regret every moment of every decision I just made.
Time for a leap of faith.
Sure, we'll put ourselves right next to this guy. And then we will shoot. Oh, we can see the Thunderbolt from here? Jeez, holy cow. I guess we're going to shoot the Tyrannus. Nah, we'll shoot the longbow.
Lining them all up. Ha-ha! Let's go wild, folks.
If Victor's going to stand up, it might try to melee us, but probably will not. Oh. Yeah, that's fine. You can shoot at the Emperor, that's okay. More blue reflections from non-blue lasers.
Let's hit them hard.
I'm going to pretend that there's a physics reason for that.
Orders?
Sure.
Okay, let's go. Hostile
All right.
removed.
He's done. The crab's going to finish things over there. It's probably got something to do with
What do you need?
conservation of momentum. Yeah. Yeah, that's why. That's why lasers that aren't blue have reflections that are blue. Sure.
Got it. Okay, I'm on it.
What? It's kind of astonishing that that did not produce any crits on anything. This dude took all of those shots to the back and didn't take a single
Yes,
crit.
Commander.
How do you do that? Also, how do you do that? How do you miss on an 80-something%? Look, I mean, the answer in most physics situations is probably at least derived from conservation of momentum. And that is why Cherenkov radiation is blue. If you were curious as to what the cause of that is,
I
it's
got you.
conservation of momentum, but you know, that has some other mechanics behind it as well.
Now let's see how you handle this.
There we go. Another rage quit.
My old mama can hit harder than that.
Everybody loves physics, right? Right? Alright, here, let's finish this dude off first. Why are you not allowing me to melee him in the back? Shush. There we go. I have to get a little further away.
Engaging. Oh, it's on now.
Good job, Crab.
Destroyed.
Alright, Crab's done.
Standing by.
Because there's no way I'm going to get him into range to shoot at anything else. The longbow is kind of hosed. No, that's the one that's been shot in the back. The other one bailed out. That's right. Where do I get good numbers on the Tyrannus? I guess I don't. Alright, well then let's at least
Double time. Let's go.
come back over here. Sink some heat.
Locking on.
Yeah, that was, while unsurprising, also kind of pitiful. No,
Good
we
to
want
go.
the Night Star, which we just walk over
On my
here.
way.
Dear Night Star. Oof, those numbers are not very good at all. Let's just aim for the head. Why not?
Aye, aye.
Hello, Hex. Oh, okay, well, there goes the head.
Enemy down.
There's the end of the Tyrannus. Whoops.
Huh?
What do you have left? Just an AC-20. You have a bunch of missiles. How's it going, Hex? It's good to see you. We won't overheat much.
Lighting them up. Let's go wild, folks.
Okay, that guy's done.
Show them what you got.
All right,
Receiving you.
now we have our friend the victor.
Locked on target.
Yep.
Please continue to panic.
All right. Full speed.
Oh no. Yeah, no, that's highly unfortunate, and I hope that he is okay.
Copy that.
I do like that you took time off from your admin job to play that game on an alt. Like, at least you clearly enjoy what you do.
Mission successful.
Alright, I'm a little grumpy about the mortar carrier, but we should survive at least. I don't think you can kill the company commander, even if it does say that he's dead. He's probably just going to be in the med bay for like 1,000 years. Oh, and we'll have to fix a few of these things. I meant to look and see how many kills the crab got. Oops. I think the crab was a solid 3 kills, probably. What do we take? What does this have to say about a Tyrannus? Dense engine, ferrovanadium armor, modular plating. Okay, so it's literally an armor brick designed to just soak up fire. Okay, and I'm going to guess the rest of the parts are down here at the bottom. Yes, there they are. I only have 2 pile driver parts? That's weird. I already have an embouchure, and I'm not real impressed with it. The Roshnu is, yeah, heavy bombardment. Okay. Do I want a pile driver part? Do I want to build towards a pile driver? Kind of. Siroccos. Jeez. Bunch of gamma cannons too. Wow. Okay, there's a million parts for a longbow 9E. What's the 10S variant? This is the Sirocco variant. Okay, I'm going to take 2 parts of the Sirocco variant. I'm not sure it's the best one by any means. It might actually be one of the worst ones. But chances are very high that we will get longbow 9E parts sufficient. They actually gave us 3 parts of the 10S and 1 of the 9E. That is not exactly how I wanted that to work. Oops. Oh well. And we got Sirocco ammo. Look at that. So we can assemble a Sirocco longbow. So we could, in theory, have an artillery platform. Let's see if they give us parts of our mortar carrier back. I forgot to look in the... Oh, did it just come back altogether? Yes, yes it did. The heavy mortar carrier is fine. Tesseract is fine, albeit injured for 156 days. Oh my god. Alright, he's out for a hot minute. Repair you, and we are down a heat sink on this thing, which is kind of fine. Honestly, this thing's heat efficiency is really good. I am tempted to leave the heat efficiency as is and find something else to do with that ton. I don't know what I would do with that extra ton, but I'm tempted to do something with it. I still only have regular AMS. I don't have laser AMS. I really want laser AMS for this thing. I don't know why, I just do. Probably because we just watched it get destroyed. What's our armor situation? Ferrovanadium, we have 1. Yeah, we could put in ferro. That leaves us with a single open critical slot. So if we just accept that we're down a little bit on heat efficiency, which isn't really a problem until we're firing the small pulse lasers anyway, we should be able to boost armor a bunch. Which is good considering we just watched this thing get shot at a bunch, and it was really kind of annoying. Let's just see how much of this we can get back. Can we get all the way to 75 up here? No. Can do that though. And then we'll just put 1 extra point in each spot. Okay, I am fine with this. I still ultimately am going to end up in a space where I want to redo a bunch of the weapons on this, but this should be a lot more survivable now.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
I don't love that we dropped a heatsink, like just from the perspective of like having actually lost a heatsink. From the perspective of the equipment is annoying. All right, let's advance a day, get our stuff back. Hiring hall. All right. Do you want to drive?
New mech warriors
Sounds like you want to
available.
drive to me. We have a new mortar pilot, boys. Okay, let's find another contract to do. Bug hunt, huh? Assassinate someone in the Highlands. Okay. Assassinate means that in theory they might run. I'm not sure that the mortar carriers are worth bringing in this case. Chasing someone with a mortar carrier sounds awful. You still have... Oh, he is starting to drop affinities with the huntsman. Let's bring the huntsman just in case. We might want to be able to go fast. Where is glide? Let's switch you into the leaper. All right, there we go. A little bit lighter, but at least now we have some things that will move quickly in case we need them. Beyond just the crab, which runs at an obscenely fast rate anyway. But the huntsman and the leaper should give us enough flexibility to run some stuff down if it tries to run, and to spot for some of our other heavier platforms, like the Night Star. Which, geez, the Night Star is good. Gosh, I like that thing. Night Star with Gauss FCS, oof, super good. Oh, we're going in with no terrain intel. Oof. I didn't notice that part. Oh, it's that last sentence there. There hasn't been time to do a full survey of the AO, so you'll be going in blind. Oh well. We'll make it work. Okay, finally, here we go.
Command interface initiated.
It was indeed dark. All right. What is that? I do not recognize that mech. Maybe it's a goofy, like, thunder hammer. Okay, we're not in combat yet. The terrorist... Whoop, hold on. Terrorist is over here, supporting forces over there, and ambushers that we already know about thanks to the magic of plot. Or UI, whichever. Over there. I don't remember enough about this map to know, but I think... Yeah, I think we're probably best served... Oh, wait, hold on. Big hill? No, this isn't the map I thought it was. Alright, we're probably best served finding a road.
Moving out.
Moving to position. Moving to position.
Gosh, the gunslinger is slow.
I got you.
We might have to move away from the gunslinger just because of speed problems. That's
Ready for
not all
orders.
what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
Acknowledged.
Night Star. Sure.
On the move.
And then sprinkles.
Heading that way.
Is this? Yes, okay. Yeah, I know what we're doing now.
Keep your eyes peeled, Commander. This
Okay,
looks like
I
an
know
ideal
this map.
place for an
Okay.
ambush.
Alright, so we're going to want to come up to the top of this hill so that we can see down here. There is a path through here, but that just leaves these guys the ability to shoot down on us like some sort of carnival game that we willingly put ourselves into, which I'm not
On my
about.
way.
No, thank you.
Copy that. On my way.
You got it.
Move order received.
Copy that.
Alright, up to the top.
Heading that way.
Alright, we found someone's. Oh,
There goes the paint job.
they have an extra support lance. Okay.
Duncan Fisher here.
Good to know. 95 tons, 60 tons.
Heading that way.
All right, what do we got? An alicorn, bunch of scatterguns, and then an Ostrock. Okay. And what are you, friend?
Information coming in.
A Whitman PPC carrier, huh? Oh, NPC carrier. It carts around
What's up, boss?
non-player characters. Yes, I know it's a terrible joke. Alright, yeah, we'll take some shots. Oh wow, that is lightly armored. That's quite nice. I guess most carriers are pretty lightly armored. What the crap?
Hey, don't you know who I am?
Okay, 90 tons. Maybe that's a Roshnu? I don't know what that was that just flew past us. Oh, something from the Ostrock? Oh, a DRM-4. Well, there you go.
Ready for orders.
Okay, so we're going to put the Orion in... Oh, maybe not. Maybe we're not putting the Orion into indirect fire duty. We could find out what that is. I'm gonna go with no, that's not worth it. And I'm gonna say that maybe we are best off what is he attempting to hunt in the middle of summer in the desert in New Mexico?
Aye, aye.
Is that a guided hunt? Because I think some of those more bizarre species like Barbary sheep and what are the other ones? Oryx can only be hunted in certain places, and you have to have a guide in order to hunt there, I believe. Oh. Alright, well, see, look.
On it.
I thought maybe he would make a good decision and do the guided hunt. So, supposedly the Oryx hunts are like nigh upon guaranteed, but almost impossible to get. So, yeah, well, just because something's legal doesn't make it a good idea. Alright. Against my better judgment, rather than... You know what? Actually, if we go anywhere else, we can't shoot. Let's go find out what this thing is. Surely nothing can go wrong from...
Copy that.
Is it a Roshnu? It is a Roshnu. Look at that. We've at least figured that out. Oh, and it's full of bombards. Great.
Acknowledge.
Yeah, that would be a big ask. Like, hey, could you just come across the country randomly in less than a
There
week?
goes the paint job.
Good to go.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this. I feel like there is an opportunity here for your friend to have things go fairly wrong. Speaking of things going wrong, let's try using multi-target and seeing what happens.
I copy.
Kill it. Yes. And one hit on the Roshnu is more than 0, so there we go. That is another one of those stupid freaking bombard things. How heavy is that? 80 tons. Maybe that's some stupid Tyrannus. God, we're still not even through the entire turn. Oh, man.
Quick stepping it.
Okay, let's try... Yeah, stupid bombard. You know, given that you can shoot down things like Thunderbolt missiles, I'm kind of surprised that you can't shoot down
Here we go.
mortar-based somethings. Because, I mean, what are they tracking? I guess that's the question, because if the missiles are propelled the whole time and other things are not, if somehow what they're tracking with the anti-missile system is propulsion, which is a terrible way to do it, but that doesn't mean it's not how it's happening in Battletech. Just because it's terrible, it is a Tyrannus. Wow. Just bombards for days over here.
Engaging target.
But, I mean, strictly speaking, the AMS it's a close-in weapon system, and Iron Dome is just one of a variety of CWIS that are available. So, it already exists, we just pretend it can't shoot mortars. Because reasons. Alright, let's get the Night Star up on a hill.
I copy.
Dear Night Star, I would really prefer if you would make this guy go away.
On it.
Are you freaking kidding me? We're gonna get 2 dropped Gauss rifles on those numbers?
Let's hit them hard.
Okay, let's get
What's that?
this guy out of the fire. Where do we want to go? Can we jump to 6 evasion? No, not really. But we can probably
Let's get a better view.
keep ourselves out of trouble. There's the 90 tonner. That's probably the terrorist we're after. Let's find out what this 100-ton vehicle is.
We have information coming in.
A Titan Superior, huh? That looks like a Sirocco. Does a Titan Superior carry a Sirocco? It does not. Maybe something else does.
Standing by.
The Leaper. Oh, sweet. We can get up on top of this. That's cool. Tyrannus or the... Let's shoot the Rashnu. The Rashnu has lots of bombards, and if we can remove it from the battlefield, or remove any of its parts from the battlefield...
Everything you got. Target's taking a critical hit.
Please don't immediately act to get your evasion back. Damn it. We're having the same problem with the sled that we had with the Marauder, which is that the adversary seems to prioritize it for some reason, some inexplicable reason. And I think LeFay is the pilot of both of them. Maybe the problem is LeFay. Maybe she is just a target for the adversary. She made them angry in the past.
What do you need?
They're holding a grudge. Okay, what do we got? 1 structure remains. But this thing has a standard engine and is going to be just an absolute bear to kill. Where's your weapons? Okay, blowing off one of the torsos will in fact cut his weaponry in half. So let's do that. Let's remove half his weapons. Hopefully.
Here we go.
Or not. Those bombards? Or are they missiles? It's so hard to tell.
Waiting for orders.
Ooh. Oh, we can't actually see the Rashnu. We're not pointing the right direction. Okay, we have semi-reasonable numbers on this Titan Superior thing. So let's shoot this. But let's move first. Let's not have 0 evasion. 0 evasion's bad. Don't have 0 evasion, folks. Speed is life. Even in a 70-ton mech. 75 tons, whatever.
Roger.
Really? Missed? Alright, there's more of those freaking bombards.
Slight damage. Holding firm.
Definitely not a fan of those. Especially when they come in really big numbers.
Receiving you.
Alright, looks like we're running through fire and flames. For those of you who get that reference.
Understood. Moving fast.
A sick guitar solo to you. Alright, how much armor does this thing have? A lot. We're gonna have to kill it, though. I don't know if it can move, though. Oh, maybe it can. Oh, that's a lot of heat. What if we turn the PPC off and just have a laser or two? Sure, we'll do that.
Confirmed.
Gunslinger, let's get even further up on the hill. How is it that everything's at 50%? Don't fully get that,
All right, let's move.
but let's find out. Enemy effects. Oh, does he have ECM in addition to drone pilot interface? Or drone system interference? Bonus accuracy at long and extreme range. Oh, the Roshnu has, like, sort of Night Star-esque stuff. Interesting. Let's just precise strike you. I'm tired of bad numbers.
Firing.
Oh, the Titan can move. Okay.
Good to go.
This thing doesn't seem to be moving. Do we go this way? Try to melee a couple of things over here, get to the actual target, or try to deal with running up this way and grabbing the Tyrannus, and possibly whatever this is. I don't know. Let's head this way.
All an ass.
Sure, and we'll turn on defensive formation, just in case. Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, Commander.
Night Star says get up even higher.
On it.
What's up with this thing? So much. So it's the right side we'd be hitting? Looks like it's the... Yeah, so we'd be shooting into the right side of it, which has solid 300 armor. Jeez. Alright, you know what? Let's try to kill this thing first. Center torso.
Roger that.
Alright, there we go. That's a nice solid 42 bombard tubes off of there. Oh! Hello! Welcome, Raiders. Broken channel. I have not seen you in a hot minute, but thank you and welcome back. Thank you for the raid. Hello, friends. let's see if we can get the shout-out function to work. I have never managed to do it. No, that does not seem to have worked. Maybe there's an at that I am missing. That would make it tough, yes. So in that case, what keeps you awake that late now? Let's try to shoot this dude in the back, right? No. Oh, you do need to put the at symbol. Hey, that's probably why. Maybe that did not work either. I am not very good at this. Apologies. I'm a little bit better at shooting robots. But we will figure it out. Yeah, that's fine.
Lighting them up.
Dang, 2 a.m. is a long time. Are you sure? Because I tried it without the at and it didn't work. The first one. I feel like it's broken in some way. Or, again, it's possible that I'm just bad at it. Let's try. Bang, SOD, broken channel. There are 2 L's at the end of your name, right? Not like an L, capital I, that I'm somehow missing. All right.
Yeah, Commander.
Leaper. All right, let's continue shooting the Ostrock in the back. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why that doesn't work. I have never actually been able to get it to work. Much to my chagrin. All right, let's shoot this guy.
Watch my heat. I'm
Ooh.
taking damage.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Engine shutdown. I'm a sitting
Oh.
duck.
That was not displayed on the UI as something that would happen when I did that.
Yep.
I feel like I was lied to. Okay, well, there's a whole lance of mechs down there. Hopefully this does not result in the untimely demise of the Leaper. Ruh-roh.
Good to go. Aye, aye.
What do we have over here? The alicorn. Yeah, the Leaper's probably in trouble, and that's not great. Dang it. The Thunderbolt just is not connecting. Okay, well, their willingness to shoot at the sled, despite the Leaper's status, is really nice. I appreciate that.
Yeah?
Ooh, we can find out what this thing is.
Engaging jump jet.
It's a Banshee.
Acknowledge.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was afraid of.
They've blown past my armor.
That's going to be a problem. All right, thankfully, for better or worse,
Minimal damage on that.
everyone seems to hate LaFay. Oh. Oh.
I took a critical hit.
I feel like it was that last hit, too, that did the damage there.
Standing by.
We... Seriously? Smokey the Bear would like to have a word with you guys. No thank you. Let's not use the pulse lasers. Ow.
Target lock on enemy's rear.
Oh, yeah, like all of Canada. Apparently Siberia is in a massive heat wave as well, so I don't know what's up with that, but... Please do not die. Please do not die.
My mech's coming apart around me.
Well, maybe if you didn't shut it down...
Orders?
And by you, I kind of mean me. Physical weapon, this dude. Yes, please. Hopefully this is the end of the Ostrock.
Physical attack.
How do you miss? Like, for real?
No droid.
He has no evasion. I mean, I know statistics, but, like, I feel like I'm getting XCOM'd pretty hard here right now. And I don't appreciate it.
Skipper.
The worst problem with the shutdown is that I know the first thing it's going to do, like when we hit startup, we're not going to get to act. It's just going to stand there. That leaper is... We have a major problem for that thing. We would really, really like for everything that would be shooting it to just die.
I'm on him.
Like, rapidly. Like, that's good, but I need that to happen a lot. Oh, no.
Down a warrior.
Yeah, that's about what I figured. That's obnoxious.
Standing by.
Okay, Night Star. 52. Why can't I use Precise Strike? I have 52. Resolve. It costs 50.
On my
Why
way.
for no longer... Oh, there it is. We can use Precise Strike now. Do we try to kill the Tyrannus, or... The Banshee's not doing anything. It's got two very large direct fire weapons and is hanging out outside of direct fire range and space. So we're going to try to shoot the Tyrannus in the skull.
Aye, aye.
It did not work, seems like. Oh. Well, and now that I've talked about the Banshee not being in
Taking
range,
heavy hits, Commander.
it's now in range. Should just keep my mouth shut.
Hey, don't you know who I am?
Mech warriors. Show them what you got.
Okay, that was kind of gross.
What's that?
Let's try not running through fire. Okay, here we go. 7 evasion.
Heading that way.
It does put us really close to the Titan, which has an AC-20. I think we'll just hope that it doesn't hit us. That's a totally reasonable thing to just cross your fingers and hope for, right? Oh. Good gravy.
Don't you know who I am?
For real? What is all this crap?
Don't you know who I am?
Alright, well, I brought the mediums because I thought we would need them and they would be fast enough to be survivable. One of them's gone. Hopefully the huntsman doesn't break. That would be bad. Oh. He just had an ammo explosion.
Yes, Commander. No shooting, just running.
Alright, we'll get the Orion back into this. Right next to the sled, huh? Alright. Let's just hope we don't do a ton of damage to our own team. Should be okay. Oh my god. For real?
Ooh, that is going to cost.
Double engine crit on the last one. Jesus. We are not having a good time right now. Just in general, things are not going as I would like. I mean, we are kind of like down in a hill while they sit up here and shoot at us, or down in a valley, and that's not ideal. Maybe we should do something about that.
Got past the armor.
Okay, well, someone took a turn off, which I personally appreciate. And for once, we're no longer standing in fire with the sled. Oh, let's not walk through the fire in order to get better shots, though.
Got it. No shooting, just running.
What happens if we just precise strike you? What side is this? Left side? 55% chance to hit, huh? Oh well.
Confirmed.
We'll give it a shot, see what happens. I feel like this thing is actually just a decoy. It's just a big brick of armor that I'm wasting my time shooting at. Except it's got very large guns.
Orders?
And I kind of want it to go away. 50s across the board, but what if they were instead like almost 90s across the board? Jeez, that thing's robust.
Commander.
Physical weapon, turn all the lasers off. Streaks on, APMs off, attack. This should... Yeah, explode a vehicle. There we go.
Hostile limit. No retreat.
Alright, the missiles were kind of unnecessary, but... I also do not know why that is the case.
Waiting for orders.
Sometimes when I am watching Twitch, ad block seems to work. Sometimes it does not. Sometimes I feel like I get more ads with ad block installed. Sometimes I don't. Okay, even sprinting, we're only going to get one evasion, so let's not bother.
On my way.
Tyrannus, that thing. Alright, let's shoot this stupid Titan. Maybe we'll finally get it off the field.
Roger that.
Highly
Hit 'em
likely.
hard.
Oh, thank goodness.
That's a kill.
Alright, we're gonna have to take care of the Banshee here soon. Oh yeah, and the Terran is,
Losing armor.
because it's full of bombards. Ugh.
Huh?
Okay, thankfully we are not dead yet with this guy.
Let's get a better view.
Get back up here, get away from everyone, turn off the heavy lasers, and possibly an ER large.
Lighting them up.
Back into the fire. The sea of fire has returned. Okay, we need to get out of line of sight for these guys. That's a problem. What do we have over there? Thunderbolt. That's fine. Whatever. Alright, the Ostrock is there. What do we have here? A rifleman. That is an interesting set of riflemen things, weapons. It's not bad.
Receiving you.
Like, as rifleman loadouts go, that one's not bad.
Confirmed.
Even though he's standing still, only nice percent chances to hit. Alright, well, that works pretty well.
Think I hit something good.
Let's just get people off the field. I'm really glad that we put a bunch of extra armor onto the Santa sled
I'm here.
in between the last mission and now. That is turning out to be rather important.
Here we go.
Let's get the guillotine up here. Switch those to base mode so we don't overheat.
Here we go. Show me your war face.
Okay, leg destroyed is good. Fall over and pass out, even though you're a sanctuary pilot, so you're not even in the mech. You just have a controller somewhere off-world. Who knows? I don't know if they're actually supposed to be like off-world from a canon perspective. Plus 1 heat from fire. Okay, 1 heat's not so bad. That's pretty bad.
Copy that. That's a miss.
I almost thought we were going to get that. I don't think that thing can move. It's been stationary the whole game. Whole round, whatever. And I haven't killed it yet.
Light damage, Commander.
Delsha, hello, welcome. It is nice to meet you. And yes, we are playing
Yep.
Battletech 3062 at the moment. Alright, let's get some evasion. Any amount of evasion. Oh, we can shoot the Ostrock in the back, probably. That's good.
Locking off with all weapons. Hell
Okay,
yeah.
that takes care of him. Alright.
Waiting for orders.
Alright. Let's... Who's our actual target? The 90-tonner. Okay. Grab Sure, let's take a few shots at the rifleman, and maybe we'll just send the crab in to murder everybody. It's kind of how I'm feeling at the moment.
Orders.
Screw you all, send in the crab. Okay, we get free called shots here. We have a dense engine and loads of armor. The center torso, but even more. This game is a great time. Yes, I enjoy it quite a great deal. Even though I'm not super great at it, it would seem.
Reporting critical hit.
I have made some very poor tactical decisions this round. I should have stayed at the top of the hill. Instead of, you know, down the bottom. Also, letting the leaper overheat.
I can't take much more of this.
I legitimately did not see that the UI was indicating an overheat potential. So that one's probably on me.
Huh?
My bad. Let's see if we shoot this thing in the back. That seems good. Shoot you in the back.
Lining them all up.
I try not to save scum too bad. That's a Sirocco. Hello. I have to say that the visual effect of the Sirocco is far greater than the actual, like, impact of the Sirocco is. Injury resisted.
Holding firm.
Why do we have to resist an injury? But as an adversary,
Damage minimal.
this group, the Sanctuaries worlds, are kind of a pain to deal
Standing
with.
by.
Alright, you know what? Screw it. Up to the top of the hill. Just go through the fire. Mech is on fire. Whoops. That's fine, right? So it's the rear arc that's open. Okay, let's shoot at this stupid thunderbolt. Surprisingly enough, despite the fact that we are on fire, we're not actually going to overheat. Yeah. Well, this, like, death by 1,000 cuts thing that has been going on with
Weapon
these
system down.
incredible numbers of mortars that they are currently packing is not helping. Not my favorite. 10 armor up front. Why can't I? Oh, because it won't let me kick from there. I can kick from here, but it puts my back to that guy. That feels bad. At the same time, screw it.
Position confirmed.
Melee's good. Let's melee the guy. Yeah, those are actually bombards,
Got past
which
the armor.
are somehow even worse than LRMs because you can't shoot them down with an anti-missile system. Even though they look very much like missiles, they are
Reporting
not.
critical hit.
Alright, we need to get you out.
Ready for orders.
Please come. Where can we go that's going to get you out of line of sight? Problem is, there's not really a place for that. Okay, if we go here,
Calling out.
and then somehow manage to kill this thing.
Locking on target.
That should be the only thing that can see. Where she
Confirm.
is. So if the gunslinger
10-4.
can probably get this done. Please, please end the Tyrannus.
I'm on him.
That is not an
Critical
end,
hit.
but it helps. That's fine.
Damage minimal.
Oh, it can move.
Good to go.
Would you look at that? Okay, let's go melee this thing, hopefully to its untimely demise. Dear Rifleman, meet the crab.
On my way. Targeting physical attack.
Okay, well, didn't kill the Rifleman, but we're pretty close. And like half the mech is gone. I love that thing.
Good to go.
It's so silly. Alright, precise strike. What do we need to have evaporate? It's got to be center torso for this thing to fall over.
Firing full complement.
Okay, there we go. Jeez.
Enemy down.
Wow, those things are solid.
Enemy flanking.
Ooh, that's not ideal.
Armor breach. Turn.
Let's hit him hard.
AC-20 to the rear torso. Oh, it's fine. Yikes.
Huh?
Alright, well, let's try to kill this thing.
Heading that way.
We're already largely here doing it. Yeah,
Lighting them all up.
that should be enough.
Let's go wild, folks. Ah, well, that's the way the mech warrior crumbles.
Oh, they have a helipolis. Okay. That explains some of what's going on. Oh, it's cute. The Thunderbolt wants to rumble with the king crab. No,
Damage is minor, Commander.
the crab's gonna go punch something else. Possibly the helipolis. Oh, it's an emperor. That's what has that shape. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
The emperor is our actual target. This thing, sure, is like untouched.
Moving out. On it.
Okay, the rifleman's up. What are you gonna do? Nothing.
I'm here.
Good. What we'd like to see. Sprint, flames on the way. Yeah, that's
All
fine.
right, full speed.
What can... Wow. Can't
Aye,
shoot
aye.
very much,
Engaging target.
but a little bit. Good grief.
Crap, that shot went internal.
Okay, what is that coming from? Oh, it's a bombard archer. Okay. Wow, they went all in this round
Commander.
on these things. Let's... Do we want to try and shoot? Or do we want to try and get you... I don't want the sled getting shot any further. Maybe we just go this way.
Got it.
We can pop around the side of the hill and re-engage with the Banshee while not getting dead on the way. Oh, there's the Emperor. Okay, we may be in a situation where we're gonna end up
Firing.
trying to melee the Helipolis and the Archer to death.
Waiting for orders. Position confirmed. Confirmed. Let's get this done, folks.
Knockdown?
Inflicted-
Yes, good, good. That dude on the ground. Unfortunately, it looks like both of his very large guns are torso mounted.
Receiving you.
So, though we are blowing arms off. Okay. Physical weapon. We're gonna have to deal with the Thunderbolt for now.
I copy.
Okay.
Scored a critical hit.
That's a bunch of those things removed from play, so they're not shooting us anymore.
It's go time.
Next time it's tried to time
What's that?
to try and deal with the Helipolis. Probably in very much the same way.
Heading that way.
Shooting it with stuff after we melee it with the crab.
Lighting them all up.
Oh, that's not good.
We
Are
one
you
of ours.
kidding me? Does it just hold crits until the end? Or is it like the final one just crits me every time? I'm a little grumpy.
I'm taking heavy hits, Commander.
Alright. Well, hopefully we will be able to recover the Huntsman
Commander?
and its associated friend, the Leaper. Hold on. No, don't sprint. Just move. Regular old move. And then we can shoot the Thunderbolt in the back.
Coordinates received.
Because I'm mad at it.
Target lock on enemy 6. That hit something good.
Okay.
Aye, aye.
The guillotine. We could melee the Banshee. I don't think that's necessarily a good idea. But we could do it. Or we could just run up and shoot it in the back. Turn on those lasers and that one. Okay, that's good. That's good. The very large gun is gone. The Archer is mad.
Systems holding.
Ready for orders.
Okay,
Roger.
though this is probably a bad idea, I really do need this. I think I need the firepower right now. Yeah, center torso.
Firing at enemy 6. Hostile eliminated.
Okay, that's the rifleman gone. He's shooting his own team. Nice.
Reporting internal damage. Yep.
Okay, let's just stand still and destroy.
All weapons, go. It's go time. Critical hit.
Yikes. Okay, now here, aim center torso. Oh, Sanctuary XL engine. Missing one side torso. Aim for the other.
Everything you've got. Target neutralized.
Okay. We are going
Yes,
to... Okay, we can't... Oh, we can't actually melee the Emperor. Oh my. I thought we could get close enough, but apparently the archer is just blocking us from moving. So let's come melee this thing in the back.
Confirmed. Engaging. Hell yes. Reporting critical. Oh, it's on now. Tango down.
Mess him up. Mess him up good.
There's the Helipolis. What's it going to shoot at? Apparently the crab. We might need to withdraw the crab. Even though it's doing a very good job
Standing by.
of getting rid of everyone that opposes us.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, that's all we got for you. The archer's just like, pew pew.
Good to go.
Nope. Move a little bit so that we don't have... There we go. Here, let's turn on defensive formation for everyone. Try to keep the crab alive longer. Shoot the archer.
Scored a critical hit.
Okay, there's the Emperor.
That shot got past my armor.
I don't know. Oh, does it have like lances? That's how.
Yes, Commander.
Lances are dumb. They're actually very good. That's why I don't like the adversary having them. Okay, let's
Roger that.
miss completely on a fairly easy shot. Sure, thanks.
Confirmed.
Okay, we probably cannot get line of sight with the gunslinger at this time. Would have to be from like somewhere over here.
Affirmative.
We're gonna move in this direction and hope that like on our way through we manage to get
Orders?
some line of sight. Oh hey, look at that. Oh, it's a charge. We could charge the Helipolis. No.
No shooting, just running.
We're just gonna take a turn. Come back.
Receiving you.
Oh, let's switch those to long. Wow. Oh, I don't have vision on anyone anymore because I walked the crab out. Smart. Good job, Core.
Double time, let's go.
Oh, it's on now.
Yeah,
Not
that
much
thing
armor
is
left in that location.
that thing is dangerous.
Orders?
Aye, aye. Copy that.
Okay, let's. I guess we're gonna sensor lock the archer.
Sensors locked on.
That is wild.
I'm under heavy fire. Ready for orders. Engaging. Okay, let's go.
All right,
One less target.
archer's done. Now what? Now we have the Helipolis and the Emperor.
Standing by.
The sled needs to come hide.
Roger that. Full speed.
Orders?
Gunslinger. Yeah, there's no real good way for us to get the
Copy that.
gunslinger into the fight. The same is pretty much true of the Night Star.
Standing by. Roger, full speed.
Maybe if we move here, we'll be able to
Let's go.
at least see these guys so that we can shoot them with the Night Star. Maybe, possibly.
Commander.
Yes, it seems like we can at least get missiles into play. And thankfully, the Night Star has really good aim.
Hot damn. Let's do this.
I definitely do not fully understand how it is that the Helipolis acts in Initiative 6.
Took a hard hit there.
Man, that thing is getting beat
Good
up.
to go.
Precise strike, precise strike.
I copy.
That seems like a good idea right now.
Target damaged. Concentrate your fire and bring it down.
Oh, wait, hold on. I can see someone.
Understood. Moving fast. Copy that.
Nice. Alright, finally. Alright, so my greatest hope is that this dude is in melee range of the crab now.
Ready for orders.
Looks like he's in charge range of the crab. Damn. I don't think charging with this little armor is good. Even if it does do 300 damage to the bad guy. Dang. Five evasion. Let's not overheat like crazy.
Yep.
Gunslinger still out of the action,
Double time. Let's go.
which is too bad. Could really use those guns right now. Can the sled see any? Yes. From here we can see the Emperor. What?
hit!
Are you kidding me? That's the dumbest thing.
Standing by.
I'm pretty mad about that. $74 or $79. Oh. Let's just go 99 and aim for the head. Oh, no, it's not going to matter. Because he's a sanctuary target, so he's in a drone interface. I don't actually understand this mission, how that I stopped to think about it for more than just a moment. Like, we know that this guy isn't here. Like, we've been hired to take him out,
Hit him hard.
and he's not here. Like, by definition. Ugh.
Reporting internal damage.
Ready for orders.
What if... Oh. Why can't I shoot the Emperor? Oh, probably facing issues. Okay.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, let's just shoot the Helipolis, I guess.
Roger. Target.
Oh!
Hell yes.
Hit him in the head. Nice.
Hostile removed.
Alright.
Standing by.
Guillotine has no good shots from anywhere because of something. A little ledge, seemingly.
Going full throttle.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, melee, rear arc, physical weapons. Yeah, this is what we're about.
Position confirmed.
Hello, friend. Potentially goodbye, friend.
Hot damn. Let's do this.
Yeah, there we go. Get the crab in range. People fall over. There we go. Okay, that was kind of gross and awful.
Mission successful.
Woof. Getting trashed. We did survive, yes. I mean, we lost both of the mediums that we brought. But, you know, I guess you get what you get. Where's, yeah, 3 kills there. The Night Star racking up kills like crazy. Okay, what are we going to take? The one part of an Emperor. We already have an Emperor. It's okay. We could take Helipolis parts because that thing was a huge pain in the ass. The Roshnu, 42 bombard tubes. That's pretty gross too. Are there other mech parts down at the bottom? No, there are not. At least not this time. Okay. I'm tempted to take Helipolis parts. We could actually get a full Helipolis. On the other hand, here's this gross archer. We could get 3/4 of the archer. I'm kind of at a loss on this one. We also have Roshnu parts. I feel like this isn't working at all. Like, I feel like we have parts for some of these, and it's just not showing them. All right, well, whatever. Whether or not it is showing us those things, we still have to make decisions. I think that as far as things that I would hate to play against, it's either that Helipolis or the Archer. I think the Helipolis did more damage to us, more pain. Oh yeah, see, if we click on this, we should have, there, see, it's heavy. Now it works. There we go. I don't know why it was not showing us this before. The Archer was really awful to play against as well. And we actually have sufficient Archer parts that we can get the Archer. The Archer is slightly less awful to run on our side in terms of like the mechanics of making it happen, but we'll grab a part of the Helipolis anyway. They gave us the other part of the Archer, part of a Tyrannus. That is fine. Okay, we need to go to the mech bay. We're going to see what we still have out of the Leaper and the Huntsman. We may have to retire them. Yeah. Thank you, Yang. I appreciate your keen insight. Boss, stuff's broken. Yeah, I know. That takes a day. What happened here? Oh, we lost a laser. That's right. Repair everything. We're down a small pulse laser. We'll just... I don't have the energy to go through and figure out what to do with this thing. Yeah. That's fine. The hips will be replaced. If only hip replacements were that easy for humans. Repair that. Okay, the Leaper... Look at its goofy little cockpit. I love it. This thing is probably pretty trashed. Yeah. Oh my. Lost the engine. Lost the heatsink kit, engine core, e-cooling, and a couple of jump jets. That's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. What was it, a 300? Let's see what it would cost to put this thing back together. A 300, a Sanctuary XL, 5 days already. Okay, e-cooling plus 2. Oh, no, we need Sanctuary dual heatsink kits, which are not as good as regular double heatsink kits. And then we need 2 jump jets. Where's the jets? There they are. And 1 in the leg. And 1 right here. And then we have like a teeny tiny bit of armor that we can distribute. Only 1 point. We'll put it in the middle. All right, that's not actually that bad. 395 is not like gonna break anything. The gyro is damaged. It's gonna be repaired. Don't worry. 8 days is a long time, but we'll be okay. The Huntsman, on the other hand, if we lost the Clan XL engine, no. All we lose is 2 heatsinks. Interesting. I don't know if we have Clan XL heatsinks or Clan double heatsinks to throw around. We do. We actually do. Somehow. Freaking Omnimax, man. Look at that thing. Back and running in 1 day. Wow. That is wild. Okay, somehow we managed not to come out of this like totally trashed. Which is kind of surprising, but
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
yeah, I definitely did not do my finest bits of choosing how to handle situations in that particular mission. Let's advance and get everything but the Leaper back. LeFay's still injured, but I don't care. What do we have for contracts? Okay. Linchpins capture a base in the Highlands or tamper-proof recovery in the Highlands. Let's capture a base. This one will probably be really hard. Worlder outpost in an extremely inconvenient location. Thankfully, we can neither gain nor lose reputation with either of these groups, so should be fine. Given that your Leaper is out of action, you can have an Emperor, because I think that's what you had been driving. Yes. Ryan, the guillotine, the sled is fine. She's got one injury. She'll be okay. Let's put this away and give you a crusher. Tesseract is injured for 1 billion years. Can I? Oh, I can't even put him down. Dang. I don't think I want to bring the mortar carriers. This is just a bunch of VRMs and DRMs. This is a boring archer that we're going to store when I get back around to the mech bay and remember that I want to do that. And we're going to replace it with the more fun archer with a bunch of bombards. And then we are going to just throw so many stupid little mortar shells at people. I wonder if we got like one of those Roshnus that has all of the bombards in it. The archer that we obviously have. And then 4 heavy mortar carriers. Just how terrible it would be for the adversary. Like, oh, sorry. All you get to do is stand underneath a never-ending line of mortars that you can't shoot down with your AMS. Get wrecked. I think that would work out pretty well. All right, once this mission is done, we have a duel to take care of as well. We're going to send the crab in and like punch some people, because that's what the crab's for. Give them the clams.
Command interface initiated.
Oh, another Highlands map out in the middle of nowhere. Where are we supposed to? Oh my God, look at this terrain. This is like possibly the worst approach I've ever seen. Oh, it's this map. Oh yeah, this is terrible. This is really gross. All right, buckle up. We're gonna be here for a minute,
Affirmative.
and it's gonna be a lot of just
You
like
got it.
walking.
Position confirmed.
Location confirmed.
Heading that way.
I have had missions go super great on this map, and I have had them like totally ruin my career. I have never had anything else on this map, and I am not sure how I feel. Oh, the gunslinger. That's right. We wanted to get rid of the gunslinger. Not necessarily, but like it's just too slow. And it's only got it's only got 3 guns because I only put 3 guns on it. Maybe we can go this way?
On it.
Guess we'll find out. I would like to formally fire Sumire. Yeah, we can go up this way, but not very well. I would like to fire Sumire for her choice of where to drop us off. She's fired. The gunslinger.
Acknowledge, Commander.
Emperor can go this way. The Krabby Patty cannot because it doesn't have jump jets, so it can't get down. Once we go up there, we're stuck. Same with the Night Star.
Position
The
confirmed.
Crusher does have jump jets, actually, and should be using them. Oh my god, we are so far away.
Copy that.
This is going to take ages. Sumire is fired.
On my way.
Copy that.
Confirmed.
Let's get a better view.
Alright, what do we got?
Aye, aye.
Let's hope
Let's
we
move.
don't accidentally enter combat too soon. That would be highly
Acknowledged.
unfortunate.
I'm rolling.
Yes, I think we're gonna have to jump here and see if we can walk off the edge. And if not, we'll just jump again.
On the move.
Heading that way.
Oof. Alright, so 6 rounds in and we haven't seen anyone yet. Yikes. Oh no. Okay, so where can we go? We can't go this way. Good that we have the
I'll
guillotine
do
to
what I can.
scout. The sled seems to imply that maybe we can go this way.
Duncan Fisher here.
Well, that's not what I wanted, but sure.
Time for a leap of faith.
That's more about
I'm
what I was
there.
after. Oh, the Emperor can walk down.
Moving to position.
Move order received.
Where to?
Coordinates received.
Okay, we can get through that section right there. Do we want to go? I think this way is probably better.
Understood.
Look, got him. We found 95 tons, huh?
Coordinates received.
That seems to be a popular tonnage with the sanctuaries.
Move order received.
I love them some 95-ton machines. Granted, the Night Star is 95 tons, and I love it. So,
Let's
I
get a
don't
better
blame
view.
them. I feel like the Roshnu is basically their version of
Ready for orders.
the Night Star. Improved long-range targeting, all that jazz.
Yeah. Understood. Moving
Oh,
fast.
we have found a bunch of them. Hello, we've got a Thunder Hammer, which is 70 tons, 295s, and a catapult. It's the Lance Catapult. Gross. What happens if we sensor lock you?
I've got a sensor lock.
You are a crusher, just like the crusher we have. Thankfully, we have high evasion.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, who are we gonna shoot? 50s, 39s. Woof. Wow,
On my way. Double time.
numbers are bad everywhere. All right, let's hit this catapult.
Target acquired.
Come on, fingers crossed. It's a coin flip. Hey, we actually landed the Thunderbolt for once. That thing seems to miss more often than not. Okay, it's a second crusher. right. With just a scattergun, 20, and a gamma cannon. Huh. Okay. It's an interesting loadout, but fine.
Yes, Commander.
The shot did not actually, like, really go in. I guess it did because lances, but still, like, it's not as big a deal as you think. Okay. Wow.
I copy.
Our numbers to hit are really bad on these fellas.
Target confirmed.
Oh, I wonder what it would be. Oh, that's right. Lances way more than regular lasers.
Ready to rock.
I was gonna say, I wonder what it would be like. Oh, hold on. We can shoot the dude from there? Kind of. Like after a fashion? We could try. Yeah, that didn't work.
That didn't hit.
Like, it would be interesting to load the Goliath up with lances instead of lasers and see how it does. I'm not 100% sure that's a great idea,
Understood. Move
but
it fast.
it's an idea nonetheless. We could give it a shot.
Roger.
Because I'm not fully pleased with the Goliath loadout at the moment. The Goliath being Santa's sled. It's just a custom Goliath.
On the move, full speed.
Let's shoot.
Acknowledged.
Okay, good. We got the cryo missiles to hit, so now the catapult can barely move.
Standing by.
And that's the goal.
Let's move.
Okay, and then these are at long range. I don't want to use them though, those numbers are really low.
I copy.
Jeez.
Failed to connect.
Okay, so crushers are like semi death from above focused machines. So we're gonna
Duncan
have
Fisher here.
to keep that in mind. Like they can jump further than they can run usually.
Up and away.
Let's turn these off and see. Oh wow, we actually got two of them to fire.
Hell yes.
Those are streak style lasers and thus will not fire unless they're going to hit, which is really nice.
Commander,
It guarantees that whatever heat we are generating is going to good use. Like we're actually going to hit someone. Okay, what are we going to do? Let's get in view, I guess. We actually have worse chance to hit by moving than we do by standing still. It's pretty clever. Okay, we actually have our best chance to hit from there.
heading out.
Let's hit defensive
damn.
formation,
Let's do
so maybe we don't die so much. Switch that to acid SR, or acid mortar. Because that will make life miserable going forward.
That shot got past my armor.
They're directed radio. What the heck? That thing looks so bizarre.
What do you need?
That does not look like a 70-ton machine. The Thunderhammer, that looks, I don't know, 50, 55 tons. That model does not convey like the mass in a way that makes good sense.
Here we go.
74s. All right, sure. Let's shoot the Crusher.
This should be.
Okay.
Orders.
I need you to come closer though,
Receiving you.
so that I can give you the clamps. Five evasion. There we go.
Double time. Let's go.
Possibly going to get DFA'd by this crusher. We'll see. I will be a little grumpy if it happens, but it's my fault. No. It did not DFA us. That's really nice.
There goes the paint job.
Damage is light.
The gunslinger... I think we're going to take a turn off. Because I'm not sure...
All right, let's move.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but we can't really get him into a position that both allows him to advance and lets us shoot at the adversary.
What's up, boss?
So, unfortunately, when forced with the choice,
Affirmative.
I picked advancing because we're going to have to get up to stuff anyway. Hey, look at this. These are better numbers. Let's do this.
Commander,
Still not close enough.
standing by.
Here, let's push him to the end of the initiative order.
Commander.
Bring the Night Star up.
Hauling out.
Now that the Night Star's in long... Oh, no. Now they're medium range, huh? 56. That guy's long range. Oof, 28. Wow, gross. Alright, to the Crusher it is.
Got it.
Duncan Fisher here.
And our own Crusher.
Heading that way.
Looking extra goofy. 56 and... Oh, this... We've got much better numbers here. What if we just... yeah, what if we just do this?
Lighting them up.
Those directed radiation missiles, man.
Reporting internal damage.
I just want to register that, like, the concept of a directed radiation missile is...
Good to go.
How is it that people begin to think that things like that are doable? I mean, like, what are you putting on a missile that directs
Full speed to
radiation?
target.
What? Oh, turrets. Oh dear. Poor understanding of the turret, or poor understanding of science. It's the same sort of thing that gets you, you know, what are they? Those things that I complain about all the time. The neutrino cannons. Yeah, those, that's not real. You can't have neutrino cannons.
Okay, let's
Oh,
go.
no. The neutrino cannons aren't 80s sci-fi. Neither are the DRMs. Those are all brand new.
Critical hit.
Receiving you.
I demand scientific accuracy in my space opera about giant robots. That involves faster than light travel, which I'm totally willing to, you know, hand wave away. Despite it being time travel. Science. It's just the number of neutrinos you would need to generate in order to, like, actually harm someone
That
with
shot got past my
neutrinos
armor.
is just astronomical. Like, yes, these things are powered by tiny stars.
Yep.
That's another thing, apparently, that I'm totally willing to just, like, get good with. Is, you know, fusion reactors that use the protium cycle. But,
Acknowledged.
you know, in any event. Ooh, Crusher has good numbers. We could blow an arm off. What's in the arm? Nothing. We could blow this off. What's in here? The gamma cannon. Or we can shoot the thunder hammer in the back. I think that's the best option.
Yes, Commander.
Okay. What do we have here? We have a crusher, a catapult, another crusher, and then the thunder hammer. Let's come over here, come back here, grab this guy, and hit him in the back with the claws. Let's give him the clamps.
Engaging.
He has been clamped.
Enemy down.
God, I love the crab. So effective. Okay, if we have no stability damage,
Holding for tactical advantage.
and we go to DFA, first of all, it's not going to let me. And I don't know why. So, like, if I click here, click on him, it seems like it wants me to pick a space, but then won't let me pick a space. I
Duncan
don't
Fisher here.
think I'm going to be able to death from above. I don't understand the DFA mechanics when you're like at the edge of
Duncan
being able
Fisher
to DFA.
here.
The UI is not doing what I would expect it to do, and therefore,
Let's get a better view.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's turn one of those off, even though
Lighting them up.
they may not all fire. Oh,
Let's go wild, folks.
or maybe they will.
Revenge is Duncan's.
Orders.
The Night Star. Finally getting to the point where, like, maybe we'll get it into range to do stuff. All of those numbers are trash. We are too close with the Night Star, it turns out.
Orders.
Oh, we can melee.
Position confirmed.
With the sled, so that'll be fun.
Targeting for physical attack. Oh,
Blow
it's
off a
on
leg
now.
and then all the lasers.
Solid connection on that one. It's go time.
Oh, he has no guns
I
left.
think I hit something good.
So he's down both torsos, both arms. Itzy, wow, welcome. It's good to see you. Thank you for the raid. Hopefully you are doing well.
Double
It's
time.
good to
Let's go.
see you. Welcome. Hello, friends, new and old alike. We are just in range to sensor lock this guy, even though he has no evasion.
I've
So,
got a sensor lock.
Itzy, I had to retire your mech. It was no good.
Ready for orders.
But I have good news. You have a better one. And it's like way better.
Double time. Let's go.
Let's just obliterate this guy. The golden water spout. It is not. No, we haven't renamed it yet. But
Copy that.
I believe you still have yet to act, so we can probably. I think you're in the gunslinger.
Let's do this.
Actually, now that I think about it. And the gunslinger has yet to be renamed, so it is available for naming purposes.
Waiting for orders.
Let's not get that close with the Orion. What am I thinking?
Roger. Full speed.
It is technically an assault weight
Locked on
machine.
target.
I think it's 85 tons of very
Reporting
angry.
Critical hit. Reporting major armor loss.
Major armor loss? Really? Oh, we're getting DFA'd. Whoops. This dude's gonna knock himself over, probably. Yep, there he goes. Boop. Onto the floor. So what we're gonna do is not DFA. And thereby not cause ourselves to fall over. We are going to do this, and then we're going to shoot the catapult.
Scored a critical hit.
Okay, so the turrets don't act. Yes, you have the gunslinger, which is very slow and very heavily armored. And heavily armed.
Aye, skipper. Full speed. No target.
So, right now there's terrain in the way, but it does work.
Good to go.
Speaking of doing... Oh, we would have to charge. Never mind. No charges.
Commander.
We can run up and shoot this person in the back, though. That's
On the move.
totally
Full
fine.
speed.
Don't let people into your rear arc. A public service announcement from us
Give them everything you've got.
to that person.
Hostile eliminated.
The heavy water spout? Oh, yes, that's perfect.
Receiving you.
Yup. That is a solid choice.
Full speed.
Oh, hey, we
No
can see
target.
the shredder turret now. And we can see this guy. Let's see if we can cut his speed off.
Full complement
I
on
mean,
enemy.
blow a leg off. Same thing.
Critical hit, Commander.
Does not appear so.
Waiting for orders.
Are the turrets on the ground or on little plinths? We might be able to get the turrets punched to death. Alternatively, we can go kick this dude. It's only 130 damage, but better than nothing.
On my way. Put my weight into it. It's go time.
Oh, he's had both his legs destroyed?
Inflicted some heavy
Or just
damage.
one?
Hit him hard. Target's taking a critical hit.
I am surprised he's still here.
Good to go. Full
Night
speed, no target.
Star. Sure, we'll just aim right
Take
there.
the south.
Get some engine crits in. It'll be
Reporting.
fine.
Good work,
Oh,
Commander. Proceed to the next
another rage
objective.
quit.
Duncan Fisher here.
Okay, now we just have to clear the turrets, and then we are in a space to defend the base.
Lighting them up.
Let's get this done.
It would be very nice to destroy the turrets without them getting the opportunity to shoot at us,
Standing by.
as they look kind of nasty.
Roger.
Let's turn the mortar off. Really? That thing isn't dead? I feel like that was going to kill it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, 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 no. That wasn't... It's not what we wanted.
Let her rip.
We
Let's hit 'em
definitely
hard.
really wanted
Do the math. One
to
less turret.
avoid triggering that until everybody was
Standing by.
much closer. That's too bad. Did I see one where there was only red? I did. It's right there.
On my way. Double time.
Still have terrible numbers, but you know, that's all right.
Skipper.
The problem is that we have a couple of mechs who are
Roger, Skipper.
bringing up the rear very slowly. And if we're going to have them participate in whatever is going on over here,
Standing by.
we're going to yell at Sumire for where she dropped us in the beginning of the mission. That's what we're going to do.
Let's move.
Blame it on someone else.
Got it.
Alright, that thing is
Losing
almost
lots of
dead.
armor.
You're not losing lots of armor.
Orders.
Don't lie. Lies are unbecoming.
Aye, aye.
Electro lasers and sniper turret. Gross.
Affirm.
Oh, I could probably turn the cryo missiles off because that thing's not going to run away from us.
Waiting for orders.
Oops. What do we have here? 14. I think a single VR and 12 do it.
Hot damn.
Yes, very
Let's do
yes.
this. One less turret.
Duncan Fisher here. Time for the aerial cam.
Jump him up. For the sake of argument, we'll sensor lock it.
We have information coming in.
I don't know what that's going to do for us. It's stationary, it has no evasion. That's a problem. That was a lot of
Damage
projectiles.
is minor, Commander. Ready for orders.
Alright, let's take a turn off with the
Full
Orion.
speed. No target.
I don't feel like we need to deplete all of his ammunition right away. Okay, that should be all of the bad guys.
Standing by.
There should be none left to take shots at us. Oh,
I'm taking this gun.
let's kill all of
Waiting
these
for
things.
orders. Aye, aye.
See,
Engaging
even
target.
with the missing heatsink from when the Goliath was damaged earlier, it can fire all of its primary weapons
What are your
and
orders,
run every turn without overheating,
Quick stepping it.
which might be due to the rain increasing heat sinking efficiency and might not be. I'm
Commander?
pretty content with its performance, though. I'm not feeling like we're really missing out by having dropped that heatsink.
Ready for orders.
Ugh, so dangerous. A dropship is inbound. Probably ours.
On it.
Probably our dropship. Let's turn the APMs off.
Engaging target.
The APMs are only useful
Yes, Commander.
against adversary mechs.
Understood. Moving
So
fast. Confirmed.
Duncan Fisher here. Into the void.
thing looks so cool.
Hell yes.
Such a doofy looking mech, but somehow so cool.
I'm showing minor damage.
I hate these guys.
I think you're probably fine.
Double time. Let's go.
Can we...
Aye, aye.
Oh, yeah, no, we can't. That's right. Alright, well, let's just kill this one.
Let's move.
Alright, that is
Mess
very
him up.
dead. There's
Mess him
one
up
turret
good.
remaining to kill. And it looks like the Night
Ready
Star
for orders.
and friends are
Going
kind
full
of
throttle.
close. So I guess whatever adversary interaction is going to appear will
Roger.
probably be okay. Oh, man. It has half of its structure gone.
Affirmative, Commander.
Oh, we turned the
Good to
Gauss
go.
rifles off. I forgot about that.
Hauling ass.
This is the problem with assault lances. That they are really slow.
Target confirmed. Let's go. That turret is gone.
Alright, now we just have
Ready
to,
for orders. Roger.
quote, pacify the area around the base. I gotta say, it looks pretty pacified. I don't know about anybody else's
Duncan Fisher
definition,
here.
but, like, there's no one here but us.
Time for the aerial cam.
Alright, so we're gonna hop into the capture zone. It's ours. I'm going to assume that they will immediately drop mechs. Yep, that's what this big
Got eyes on hostile reinforcements.
delay is.
Heading your way.
Okay, we got hostile reinforcements. A Roshnu, a catapult. That's a crusher. And that's a guillotine? Yep, guillotine, Roshnu, catapult, and a crusher. Okay,
Yes, Commander.
we want them to move, because 8 evasion is stupid. Is that also a guillotine 4M? It is. It's the same guillotine that we have. Oh. Yeah, they really don't like the guillotine. I guess only 3 evasion is the problem. Oh, nope. He's going to shoot at the Crusher. Z6 and a Y4 and blah, blah, blah. Turns out there's a bunch of those. We are going to try to melee this Roshnu to death here in a turn or so.
On my way. Double time.
Because it's probably loaded with... this is the VRM version of it. It's still pretty gross. So we would like for it to go away. So we'll hit it with the cryo stuff so it can't run away.
Receiving you.
We will get the Orion around.
On it.
Crusher has 1 evasion. Let's hit precise strike on the Crusher.
Target acquired.
That should provide us with plenty of opportunity to shoot it for lots of damage.
Roger.
Cover it in acid. Shoot it for high damage.
Commander.
Let's get the sled over here for... Yeah,
Roger.
I think that little hill will give us good advantage.
Engaging with target.
Oh, that thing's in trouble.
Yup.
Oh, here we go. Itsy, in case you were curious as to like the nature of the gunslinger and its armament. 2 Gauss rifles and a gamma cannon. will do silly things to otherwise pristine targets. So this thing has 800 armor currently.
Firing.
And now it has 660. So, you know,
Waiting for orders.
totally fine. It actually has more damage reduction than I was expecting. But the gunslinger does work. So, I approve of heavy water spout. That's pretty solid.
No shooting, just running.
Pretty solid name right there.
I copy. Oh, it's on now.
Thank you, you as well. Enjoy sleeping.
Receiving you. On my way.
Alright, let's get the Night Star here too.
Solid connection on that one.
Yeah, that lance, good. The large
Duncan
lances on
Fisher
that thing
here.
are kind of scary sometimes.
Time for a leap of faith.
Sure.
Let's go wild, folks. Mech destroy.
Okay.
Hit 'em hard.
The catapult's struggling. We will probably find that the Rashnu dies this turn. What does it act? Initiative 3. Okay.
Orders. Confirmed.
Let's hit the catapult.
Acknowledge. Mech warriors, show 'em what you got.
I think he's out of acid ammo now, which is fine. Oh, they're mad.
I'm under heavy fire.
Okay, so the guillotine.
Standing by.
Oh, our guillotine has an open arm. That's not ideal. Like, the comedy option with all of this is that our guillotine fights their guillotine to death, but ours has taken damage already, so maybe that's not as ideal as we want it to be. Six evasion seems like a good number to have.
Attacking from position.
Oh, shoot the Rashnu a few times. That's fine. Well, that's not a problem. That's fine.
Receiving you.
Especially because... yeah, we're just gonna shoot you in the back. And by shoot, I mean give him the clamps. Whoa.
Mech warriors, show 'em what you've got. Scored. A
What did
critical
we hit? So we must have hit 1, 2, 3. So we hit a leg. 1, 2. Interesting.
Orders.
I fully expected that thing to die in a single shot. The fact that it is still standing is kind of astonishing, honestly.
Let's move.
Let's shoot the guillotine in the leg.
Got it.
ready to rock.
Alright, we'll shoot the catapult again.
Engaging target. Oh, hell yes. It's on now.
Yeah, Commander.
All right. Some or most of that thing is missing.
Going full throttle.
All right, let's shoot the guillotine. What if we shot the guillotine with like much, much better numbers though?
Fire in all weapons.
I'm under heavy fire.
What? No, you're not. It's friendly fire, not
Waiting
heavy.
for orders.
My bad.
On it. Here it comes.
Wow, really? I don't know if anybody saw what those numbers were, but I feel like they were 90% plus to hit with those Gauss rifles, and we missed on both of them.
Duncan Fisher here.
Okay, we can actually make a death from above work. But it's 105, oh, times 2. Okay. So we do 210 damage to them, we take 105.
Ha! Flying Fisher kick. Let's go wild, folks.
And then we basically
Hey, don't you know who I am?
end up with a huge pile of instability. Which is semi-problematic, but not the worst. That's why it's semi-problematic. No evasion.
Commander?
Yeah, let's just... Oh, we've had the mortars off this whole time? Oh, no. No, no, never mind. It's because we ran out of acid ammo. Oh, wow.
Oh, it's on now.
That was very satisfying to watch the Thunderbolt get the kill.
Aye, aye.
I have briefly considered replacing the VRMs on the Night Star
Move.
with Thunderbolts,
Roger.
but I'm not sure that's actually... Oh, wow. Head
Target
destroyed. Nice. I'm not sure that's actually a good idea.
Ready for orders. Affirmative.
Standing by.
Yeah, this should be the
Locked on
end.
Physical attack.
There we go.
Hell yes.
I do wish there was like a check that could be performed so you didn't just like shoot missiles into an already destroyed target.
Mission successful.
All right, so we're gonna do one more mission. It's the duel. It's a one-on-one. We're just gonna put somebody in an arena next to the crab. And it'll be great. See, once again, it's not showing us the catapult parts for whatever reason. Crushers. Oh, we apparently have a Crusher Z8 just chilling out in the hold. Look at that. The guillotine is actually quite good. The Rashnu. Where's the Rashnu parts? What are those? The RSH 90 tons. The RSH 4Z, we have one part. So let's take another one. Thunderhammers. Oh, we have Thunderhammers. see. 2 NPCs and 2 large lances on that one. What's this one have? Experimental fork. Oh, Thunderhammer. Okay. Well, this one is 2 basically ultra AC-10s and 12 stupid missiles. No. The other one's better. I still don't understand why it sorts things wrong now in salvage. I am tempted to take ferrovanadium armor, honestly. I keep hoping that we have more than one of it, and we never do. And I don't know what else I would take up here. I guess like guillotine or crusher parts, but I kind of want the ferro. Did we get more than one ferrovanadium? We did not. Stuff's tough to come by. All right, assuming that the crab is not broken because of garbage sanctuary weapons, we should be able to immediately turn around and punch somebody with the power of the claw. And then after that, if Beeps is still playing, we will go raid Beeps. She seems like she is always streaming. I'm a little jealous. The crab is fine. Let's just hit the repair button on these things. Why? Oh, a foot actuator? For real? That's what the problem is? It's gonna take a day. I had to come into the refit menu for this.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
It's the dumbest thing. Okay, chip on the shoulder. Here we go. A solo duel. Yeah, that seems fine. Solo duels, really easy. We're just gonna clear everything. And then we take the king crab. And we take chum bucket. And we hit deploy. And there is no one who can stand against us. Cue that scene from Achilles. Are there none who can stand against me? And then, you know, hubris, something, something. It may take longer for this to load than it does for us to actually get the kills. Kill, singular. I think there's only one adversary.
Command interface initiated.
All right, let's find them.
Position confirmed.
Oh, well, we found them, even though they're not actually appearing on sensors.
Commander? Understood. Moving fast.
Ooh, 100 tons. Is it a Mackie or an Atlas?
Mech warriors, show them what you've got.
Don't actually know what it is. We're going to find out, though. It's a Mackie. It's always a Mackie. Gosh, they suck.
Engaging target.
Well, now it's super slow, Mackie. Do you have Ace Pilot? Yes. Look
Hell
at how
yeah.
far it moved. It's so fast.
Good to go.
How will we ever catch it? I don't want that. You know what? Sure. Let's get into the side. Stay in the water. Punch this thing super hard. Oh my god, that was the head.
Done. Hostile eliminated. Oh, it's on now.
Alright, well, we clawed his head off.
Enemy down.
That was really easy.
Successful.
Like, oh, okay. Just give him the clamps. Yeah. In duels, the crab, oh, unstoppable. I think you could very easily do a 2-on-1 with the crab. Zero issue. Well, apparently there's more salvage to this one than usual because we punched it in the head. 2 ERPPCs. Do I care about those more than I do about the part of one bad Mackie? Periphery designs. Yeah, let's take the ERPPCs. Oh, we have 5 of them. Well, they have 4 Gauss rifles. Whatever. Doesn't matter. All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming by. Thank you, Itsy and Broken Channel, for raiding. Thank you, new friends, for coming along with the raids. If you liked what you heard and saw, maybe consider hitting the follow button. And hopefully we will see you all next time. So I am going to line up a raid on Beeps. For those of you who have not met Beeps, she is an Australian VTuber and she's hilarious. And she has a seemingly, potentially almost unhealthy obsession with king crabs. So, you know, we support that around here. So on that note, thank you all for coming and hanging out. And let me push the raid button. And here we go. I will be back on Sunday. Thank you, everyone. And I will see you all then. You're all awesome. All right, here we go.